Scenographies of Power is a long-term research that has already had a different media and type of outcomes. So the one I'm presenting here is an exhibition that I curated in Spain, and it deals how the legal framework that creates the state of exception and how that legal status needs from a space to be hosted and to be materialized, and evaluates how these different spaces that conform part of our daily basis, more than when we think as airports or the diplomatic space, they are really hosting, performing, and materializing the state of exception. So basically connecting a legal articulation to the space and how the space becomes complice into achieving that legal limbo. So there's this constant obsession. I'm an architect and researcher and a curator on how to many issues that are being discussed in many other fields like economics, law, sociology. Sometimes they seem to be very abstract, but when you ground those into the space and within the materiality, you realize how then the materialization and the physicality is materializing those abstract concepts. And that's the moment that architecture enters into play. So this long research started with a research project with my thesis at Columbia University that started looking at the cases of Julian Assange and Edward Snowden and literally drawing the legal apparatus that allow their situations to happen. So it was a written test, but also a drawing test. And after this deep research, then I came out with this frozen outcome of this exhibition to start activating many questions about these different spaces of exception that conform our daily lives, as I said, like the airports or the diplomatic space, or even the use or abuse that the state of exception has in the conflict zones, for instance. Well, I think the conference is a great moment of exchange. On the one hand, I'm from Spain, I'm European, but I've been doing my practice from the last 4 years in the United States, so it's a way for me to come back also here and be connected, but also to expose a research and a work to a very diverse audience and get a feedback from that different audience. Well, because I think that from friction and confrontation is where knowledge can really be produced rather than just politically correct agreements. So I think that exposing contrasting ideas is where it comes to friction and that produce knowledge. And I think that's a perfect arena to do that with people from different backgrounds and different places, different research, different projects to all come together and get some feedback and exposure of that research that was really concise in a very specific frame.